This is my spoiler review for the Suicide Squad. This movie is awesome. I really enjoy this movie. The movie is full packed with fun moments, action, surprises, so many great things this movie has. So let's get into it. Now, I think this was clever for Amanda Waller to send two teams to this mission. And basically, one team was a distraction, so the other team can move in undetected. So we introduced in the first few minutes in the movie to the first team. That is basically the B team, and the team has Harley Quinn, Connery Flag, Captain Boomerang, Savan, and Mongo, TDK, Javelin, Weasel, and Blackguard. Now, we probably guess or know that most of them were going to die, basically. But was really surprising how quickly they all died, except for Harley Quinn and Connery Flag, of course. But I think the Weasel thing was funny, and he couldn't swim, and nobody bothered to check that out. And we know uh, in the post credit scene that he survived, so it's alive. But in that scene, that was pretty hilarious. And I had to say that I was surprised with Captain Boomerang because he's one of the founding members of the Suicide Squad. And I think he could have died, but he died really quick in this film. So that was a surprise, and I was kind of sad to see that character go so quickly in the film. But TDK was just, I don't know, his powers with his detachable arms. I think that was very stupid. And Mango tried to take down the helicopter. Savan was very interesting. You see him first, and he seems like a really badass, and then when he see all the chaos and everybody die, he just walk away. And Amanda Waller deal with that. Javelin, well, he didn't do so much in this movie, but the beach scene was really intense, and that scene really set the tone of the movie. Now let's get to the 18, and the 18 has Bloodsport, Peacemaker, Ratcatcher 2, Polka Man, and King Shark. So this is the permanent team that was going to destroy all trace of Project Starfish. Now, I think that this team was much better in not only, yeah, as I say, in the abilities of the characters. They are very well useful in the movie. Also, I really, it was really interesting to see the when they are in the jungle and they are in the base of the rebels and all of that, the killing contest between Bloodsport and Peacemaker. That was pretty graphic, but I think that at the end, when you know that of the people that were killing were the good guys, and well, that was some people may have problems with that, and I understand that, but it was played by for comedy, so I think it works. Now the other thing, let's talk about the General and Harley Quinn. Now this is the part that I really like so much of the movie because I don't know, somehow it was kind of weird. This general want Harley Quinn to marry him and all of that. And I say that it didn't ruin the movie for me because, of course, Harley Quinn shoot the guy, the general, and it was interesting because she knows that where because of her relation in the past with the Joker, then were future boyfriends that where she see red flags, so she needs to get out of that, and it's not good for her. But it was interesting that the red flag was killing children, and I can see that is not good. But I don't know. I think it seems that was the only reason, and that's why she killed him. So I didn't quite enjoy those scenes between the Journal and Harley Quinn. It was kind of weird, but it was very brief and quickly, so it don't it didn't ruin the movie. Now let's talk about some cameos, and we can start with Sean Gunn as Calendar Man. We see him in the few in the first few minutes of the movie in very brief, and that was interesting to have the Calendar Man in there. He's a Batman villain. We also have Pop Clementine. She plays. She plays the Mantis in Guardians of the Galaxy. She's one of the dancers in the club in Kotomotis. And it was also great to see Taika Waititi as the first rat catcher. I think that it was very small, his role, but very effective and charming. And also, Shangon was he's the mocap to Rocket in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's also in the movie. So there were three actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe in this movie playing other characters. So that was very cool to see. Now I want to talk about the visuals in this movie. This movie has a lot of great visuals effects, especially when the scene when they arrive in at the base to the story Starlo, the rain, and that was pretty well done. It was beautiful. Starro looked great, and King Shark also, you can see some emotional moments with him. It was, I think the movie has really incredible visuals, and I like that they use like the environment and things Like in the comic books, like for example, Operation Destroy, Operation Save Harley Quinn, or something like that. It was, I think, that was very well used in the movie. So let's talk about some characters, and we could start with the villain, Starro. Now, Starro was, he seemed like a funny character, but he was pretty dangerous in this movie and horrifying because of his power and he can reproduce in multiple starfish, little starfish, and take control of everyone. So I think the villain was very well used in this movie, and it's funny because he was in the comments. In the comments, he was the first villain of the Justice League, and now, well, he's a villain, but against the Suicide Squad. So that was very interesting to see. So let's talk about now King Shark. Now King Shark, I think it was very well used in this movie. You can see his power and how much he contributed to the team. He's really the muscle of the team. And I think that he was. I like the moment, the scene where he's in the bus and they're going to the city in Cotomotis, and he's in the window of the bus and he watches people outside eating and staring and all of that, and you can see and connect with the character in some deeper way just with that scene. That scene was really well done, and it helps the development for the character. Now, moving on to Harley Quinn. Now, this is my favorite Harley Quinn. Yeah, I think her outfit was really good, especially the first one with the leather jacket. And she, Margot Robbie, has she's born to play this role. She dance her stunt and all of that, and her action scenes were very well choreographed and also very beautiful because it was like how she's seen things, where she's killing the soldiers, and it basically she's seen flowers, and we all know that it was blood, but in her mind there are flowers, and that was very interesting to see. This it was similarly something like that with Birds of Prey, so it's not really new, but it was very well used for the purpose of the scene. So let's talk about another character, Polka Dot Man. Now David does Marshall. I believe that his second name. Now I really like his origin story. I can I can connect with the character in some deeper way because I like he, David turned Polka Dot Man in a really cool character, a likable character, and has some creepy elements to that, but that's what made him more interesting to see. And I was really sad when he died. I think he was his best, and he did it do a lot of damage to Starro. So it was very sad that he died. Also, let's talk about Peacemaker. Now, John Cena did a fantastic job with this character, capturing the human and the terror. Because, and you can see him in outside. His outfit, he seems a little off, but when you see him regular in civilian clothes, he seems like a really stupid, and he's a really dangerous character, and you can feel the terror of the character with John Cena's performance. So I think he did a fantastic job with the character. Now let's talk about Ric Flair. Now we I didn't care for Ric Flair in the first Suicide Squad, but in this movie he's one of my favorite characters. I mean, he's really the team leader in this movie and dealing with with the villains of the team and keeping them in check, and he really have some great emotional moments with talking with the leader of the rebellion, and the Alice Berger character, so something like that. And also when he was killed by John Cena, I mean, it really hurt me seeing that character go, and you can see him in the impression of his face, and that's because of Joe Kinnaman, and seeing like the part that he say, "Peacemaker, what a joke, man!" That was very hard to see, and I give props to Joe Kinnaman. He really delivers in this character in this movie. I really enjoy it. Now, let's talk about my. I think this is my favorite character of the movie, and it's Ratcatcher too. And this character is played by Daniela Melchior. I believe that's her second name, and she's really the heart of the movie. And I mean, her character is very beautiful because of her insight and her story with her father, and her father is the first red catcher and is played by Taka Waititi, and the, it was very small scenes, like two or three scenes, but those scenes were so charming, lovely. It was so very touching, and it helps the the character a lot. It was one of my favorite origin story of all of the characters here, and it was just very beautiful. And she looks super cool, and her powers were very cool to control the rats and all of that. And I also love her reactions and dialogue with all the members of the team: Peacemaker, Bloodsport, Polka Dot Man, King Shark, especially King Shark. And she's just great. She's a breakout star in this movie. Now let's talk about Bloodsport. I think it is Elba as when he becomes the leading man in the third act of the movie. I think he really does a nice job. and I like the gravitas of his character because he has some funny lines and all of that, but he was not a comedic character. He was a very serious character, and I really like that about him and Idris Elba performance, and also his turnaround at the third act and go to confront Starro and doing the right thing and protect the innocent people. That was that was really good to see. So now let's talk about that end credit scene. Basically, we seen the one of the two henchmen of Amanda Waller. That's John Economos and Emilia Harcourt at the I believe it was a hospital, and we seen the peacemaker John Cena's character survive, and this basically is a setup for the peacemaker show. Now it was very interesting because they are there as punishment by Amanda Waller because they like they went against her her wish and to take her down and take control of the operation room. Now this is interesting because John Economos, he's the warden of Berries, a member of August, and he's part of the control team of the Task Force S. Now, in the DC Comics, the warden, Joe Economos, he often disagrees with Amanda Waller, and we can see some of that in the movie, on which inmates shall be sent in the field as Task Force S member, and he even disliked the idea in general of the team. So that's really interesting, and probably we're going to see more of that in the Peacemaker show. Now the other is Emilia Harko, and she's an NSA agent who works with Amanda Waller and August in order to murder them the Task Force S to watch the Task Force S, and she's a supporting member of the operation team of Amanda Waller. Now, in the DC Comics, Emilia Harko was a Russian American Argus agent sent to keep an eye on Amanda Waller and Task Force. And in reality, she was a spy for the terrorist organization known as the People. And when Waller was killed by Deathshot, she took control of the most powerful military might in America. However, this was all part of Waller's plan, who ordered Deathshot to kill her and then the Enchantress to rescue her soon afterwards. So when she returned from the dead, she shot Harker in the head, killing her. So that's very interesting. I'm not sure is what's going to happen in the Peacemaker show, but it's a really interesting background of these two characters. So that's all my thoughts on the movie in this spoiler review. So let me know what you think of the movie in the comment below. If you like this video, hit the like button, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later.